all say ye in the Indians go for by, the South of Far for Eddie Abba, or my Ghana with the Sawa Palm on your summer would pan, and Memodia, and ye. To me, in yin in the news and for no in Sincha the Birada. And today, I may catch us subscribe to your channel no. Also, all other relevant news are and can for politics one, any governance, any idea. Say for political parties, NPP, NDC, CPP, PDP, and other political parties, no so. Osabeka won se mo ha ede na asesi bio a ama atumpan ana ama yenya asundwe e wo sete domase yi yenkotie nsem bi emra pedefo ase ka kom jeje no kofo enum nti mentumi nkansam nso mfa nhye nkofo bia no yenkotie mra na ye ba ye de adwenche ba hwese wutie no no comment nso bi gu ase na bibia nso aye kama ne atumanya bre akenkan e de ama before that nso no subscribe to your channel no on Sabeka all other relevant news yetie nsem mra sisi a na ye ba ye de the akabia nso atwa wo so na bibia nso aye wana yenti resisia
na many eye owura Musah Dankwah enkodi enkomo emra wono eye executive director edema eye global info analytics na ye ka say no even though the state is mourning and the nation is mourning no akwatia enema ekoso campaign ade ekoso ndra NDC has filed their candidate and they are contesting in Akwatia. There are new polls, Global Info Analytics, at the ABBA, and Adope, Yebedi Hong Kong, now, the way dynamics Nino, AC Air Course say, war Akwatia, those that are leading and those who believe, sir, NSCR commit was the sitting member of parliament, now, we're free money there. Sympathy vote, I dare say, Bibeko, Ediama, the new patriotic party. But in the current circumstances, dynamics no asesa na mame emma ora Musah achen na memano akwaba zadanko atime nka amaje
meje osu opening
na empombo ko de
adom ode ache
very well and quickly take us through so far no the moye ewa Akwatia the modimoni eho based on respondent and questionnaires are putting it out to arrive at the decision more arriving at
you medasi what we call the baseline poll ewa Akwatia about 2 weeks ago, okay, roughly. And in the scenario between the NPP candidate and the NDC candidate, no, and I share other issues as well. They're very influencing Akwatia for, okay, in terms of how to vote. In fact, you call all the 21 electoral areas I will Akwatia, and you interview Nipabe 2,000, roughly, yes, 2,000 people ewo Akwatia. Now, the first issue, ye say, dodo no say omano bibi enam no edam kwan papa so about 47%.
About 47% say omano nam kwan papa so.
Sign it here.
Okay.
And 41 said there be ye nam kwan papa so. And 12% say omuni adwin fa sa question no. Ubisa omo say oman penny the body body say about 46% say obono homodin omoneji ibima oye no. About 40% say there be omani nyi ho. And 14% say omudi umuni adwin fa sa question no. And they bisa omo say since I'm penny assume office omo personal economic situation I improve one omo sitnemu I improve one say sanity and say iOS.
Okay.
About 47% say I improve. 29% say NCSI. 16% say I jigong iOS. And 8% say they don't actually, they can't tell, they don't know. Now, who be some say Nema Bain and down Makumaso are umbeginaso atwaba in the coming by-election one. In fact, 57% of the top issues no a development project.
Okay.
And that 56 a cost of living in our economy. 53 a quality education. Galamsey around 38%.
Okay.
Mom say crime 24%. And now Mom say 20 candidate personality MPs no on personality 16%. Mom say sympathy for the late MP, 13%. So these are the dynamics ewo Akwetia. Now, Ubisa almost said between MPP candidate Solomon and Bernard Bedwa, on between the same. 49.7 say Umbeto Solomon Asumedu. And 43.8 say Umbeto Ama Bernard Bedu. And 6.5 say someone else. Indeed, we know the position of the two parties in that constituency about 2 weeks ago.
Yes, but see, I don't know so be a mummy about the candidates, any response by,
0.7 say nanka ye to abano that dina inom kasa ye no nanka ombeto ama Asumedu.
Okay.
And 43.8 say nanka ombeto ama Bernard Bedu. 6.5 say yes, someone else. So at the moment nanka ye to about that day no, this would have been the outcome of the election.
Okay. Now, the reflections are Emma's result is it the sympathetic nature of the SCA by election no about honintia and I say a dear opportunity and what more can you say?
And yeah, sympathy via no. I think just how the party stood on in terms of popularity, or the candidates stood in terms of popularity at the time we spoke to them.
Okay.
That time, I think Asumedu was popular than the NDC candidate by about 6%. We hear the gap between Asumedu and Abednua is almost exactly the same gap who won general election.
Okay.
So effectively at the time, nothing has changed per se. As to whether it stands the same now, we can't tell until we go back.
Now, concerns, say all the two candidates, new. And, I mean, Obiano and that emphatic upper hand, Obeka say, where the wako race ni muda, uhe amase free hono, ana NSA kome a buyer. So, presumably, parties in me and represent a new candidate. But Eban is saying, I mean, the love for one, no, is slightly ahead of the other. What is he doing right?
You see, normally, if we new candidate, the personal appeal contributes more than the party appeal. Now, the challenge is whether his personal appeal can take him to the finish line. And I say the party's problem can drag him behind. We hear MPP, his personal appeal would have taken him far ahead. If he wins, you can attribute his win to personal appeal.
Okay.
But the NDC guy, he may have to rely on the party's appeal.
But NDC ni Bernard Bediakon, I mean, one yes, or your party secretary, constituency ni mo de wachin baby enti Ebani said as a constituency entirely. One said that the popularity was from Kakray.
At time na yeah poll
Yeah.
Na onyang wini ye.
Na onyang wini primaries
That be
okay.
A scenario. And it says NDC years Masia, why no betwama? So we years Masia, why no betwama? So at the end of the process, now some dynamics will play. Maybe he will go up somewhere, go down somewhere.
Okay.
So in the next week, we will see the actual stand of the race, see whether he has been able to overcome the 6 point, and I say he's still behind.
And based on analysis and data available, those who are undecided, which sides are they likely to tilt?
You have to look at their views about how the country is going.
Okay.
Yes. So say you're undecided. No, say it is very likely say he will tilt towards the NDC.
Okay.
But say you're undecided, but that kind of person is very unlikely to vote for NDC.
But the issue of sympathy, and should play role in that election, Anna.
Debbie. In fact, we hear the new people we have as voters now, the new generation of voters now.
Okay.
Over 80% of Ghanaian voters are below 44 years of age. Only a millennial Gen Z. Kuma and Twaba.
Okay.
So sympathy for them is nothing. Sympathy in the past elections may have worked because not only a different breed and then a different breed.
And any MP they don't care. All they care is development and what is coming to them as electorates.
Absolutely. You hear this data in the whole Akotia constituency. Almost see sympathy would influence them 6% per.
Okay.
Sorry, about 5%. Maybe an MP no every year. That number is just 6%. So it's not different from anywhere in Akotia. So the sympathy should have been a lot higher in Wenchi, but still it is not.
Is it really the case that the new Patriotic Party is not really capitalizing on the demise of the former MP? As a message, woman said that crafting ye Emma and Tom Crawford Kuma so anase is the case because a message in Conti and Crawford no afane normal or more afane trasa.
There be women who say sympathy no, it's not gonna win them big time.
Okay.
I see they have seen data, even though they may not admit it. They have seen the data because there's no point fighting or using a message that will not resonate with the people. But the problem they have, the top three issues, economy, education, and development. And these three issues are not in the hands of opposition party. That's the difficulty they have.
Now, I'm asking all of that because many in the constituency believes the former MP wasn't treated so well humanly because wakwa abatuo so owini abatuo no ehon tokwa yedina kopie mu wo court oguso a woko court ni nyina no ana sebe the see and so see again even on the day or the night of swearing in the MPs the ordeal he had to go through and sign a year swearing in. I mean, putting all these issues together, people might have some level of emotional affections, thinking, say, I mean, yenina and shede nini yedia, and yensan fan in see ademo embra.
95.1. The question is, when we need by a large margin.
Okay.
It's the same difference of people who are still being called to make another decision. So nothing is changing, and people are, as I said before, he has, even though he was being dragged at the court, he's gone.
Okay.
They want to take somebody who will represent them. What should the decision be based on? On sympathy or on what? That is the question.
What it means is that the NPP's candidate, even though or is slightly ahead per this report, still has a lot more of work to do.
Absolutely, absolutely. He needs to project himself more than the MPP party if he stand a good chance of winning the seat. If the party overtake his campaign, it will become like a sin of Chasopoku.
Okay. But again, back to the performance of the president and the government. Now, 47% there, it's quite on the low mark. And see, what is really happening? Even though, yes, people are happy and all of that, but it's not up to the average mark of 50%. And see, what is accounting for some of these things?
It tells you that Akotia is not anybody's stronghold. Uko, other part of Ashanti region, you see worse outcome than this.
Okay.
Uko, NDC, you see far in 90%. In the other swing areas, you see far better than this. Akotia is unique, and that is why you are seeing that number. Even though it is below 50%, it is still majority of voters who are saying
yes, but does that really reflect the views and the reality on the ground as to happenings are say
Looking for a car? Search at B4.
Things differently.
Okay.
You won't impose the views of Medina on Akotia. Everybody sees himself differently. Uba Hano Baye Pula, Galamsey will not be even anywhere on the radar.
Okay.
But in Akwetia, it's about almost 30-something%. So there are issues that affect local people differently. And that is what is accounting for what you are seeing in the data.
Generally, no, wow, Anna, I mean, the remaining undecided voters, no, ubetimi a pull it to a side. Would there be another poll and a report, Modibeba and Sana, the date for the election, that's one?
Yes, we are planning a poll, I think, on the 30th August this month. Okay. The poll will come 2 days before the elections.
Okay. And Nono will give us, I mean, more relief to know what is really happening on the ground and probably who the winner is going to be.
Yes. I think we will provide the polling data and then go ahead to make projections or predictions as to who will win.
Very well. I don't pay I'm highly grateful.
Yes,
very well. And Musah Dankwah, Executive Director at the Global Info Analytics, and many know in Komodo. And that is what is happening. A year Akwetia in case na wenima reporter abandon. But was it the abayino the omo year at the time na NDC and Sheda and select a candidate. NDC ensured and selected candidate. But as we speak, NDC has selected candidate. And campaign egosua ekoso in Akwetia now. Wow, be position and the remaining voters and our electorate undecided. As at the time my initial report I get a lot to your side. Now, on the 30th of this month, they will tell us maybe our projections in see air core.